Now we know what time it is. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock.
Have you ever reached somewhere late, only to realize you're also late for the opportunity, or even a blessing, or even your destiny? My friend, time doesn't wait. Even grace, it seems nowadays, it has a timetable. So today let's talk about delaying or reaching late or coming late. That silent habit that has destroyed dreams, that has broken trust, and even closed doors that were once wide open. That's what we're trying to talk about, reaching beyond time. Now, when we say delaying or late coming, we are talking about failing to act or respond or showing up at the right time. Everyone has been there. Every person has been late sometime, and maybe you end up frowning instead of smiling. So it can be as simple as waking up late, or even as serious as missing your day in your court. So you had an appointment to go to court and argue your case, only to realize you're late, and they tell you your matter has been dismissed. Sometimes lateness is not because we are lazy. It is because we miscalculate time. You say, I want to do this, I want to catch up with this. Those are little distractions that end up making you late. Remember, when you were in that house, you realized when the time had reached, you had not showered. You said, let me shower, I haven't showered yet. Or let's say dressing up. Or you had programmed a certain dress or a certain attire or outfit, but only to realize that you don't want it anymore because days are different. Now, in that scarf of looking for another dress or outfit put on, you end up being locked out of time. Then cleaning your shoes, you haven't polished your shoes, you realize, then you say, wow, it's my time right now, let me first clean. When the clock is ticking, saying, let me just eat something small. You know, you can wake up very hungry, and before I realize the time is almost reaching for the event, they say, let me first eat something small. Only to realize, as you eat, you take that bite, time is flying. You know, or maybe your child is crying. Now, like people who are married or people who stay together with children, you find that your partner is not around, and now the child is sick or the child is crying, you're keeping up a little bit, then you end up finding yourself late. Now, all these are understandable situations. Don't say, hey, you guys, you're blaming me. But my friend, time doesn't wait for explanations. Yes, time. Now, now the issue of late coming has three-way traffic. To someone, lateness is a privilege. Let's see an example. When someone is a boss or a honorable person is coming for an event to give a speech, now they feel powerful walking in when everyone is already seated. So the boss enters 20 minutes late and everyone stands. They feel, yes, they waited for me. That's an ego boost. Yes, when someone has reached late, when people are already seated there, they're clapping their hands, they've been waiting for that person, they are yearning for you. So lateness could be a privilege in one way or the other. And now secondly, to others, lateness is distress. Like someone running up late for a job interview. Now you say, oh, my time has reached, now I have to run for the job interview, but you're late. Now when you reach there, you're sweating, you're panicking, you're praying, the traffic is moving, you know, you are late. You feel distressed. Now to others is distress. Now you end up, your blood is running very fast. Then your heart is beating faster than the clock. Yeah, then number three, we also have others. When late coming doesn't affect us in one way, like the same way, that's size doesn't fit all. Then to others, it doesn't matter at all. They live the motto, better late than never. They don't care who is waiting, what's missed, or what opportunity has closed. But my brother, lateness comes with consequences, some that can't be reversed, you know very well. So now, why late coming is problematic? We need to know that. So why is late coming problematic? So today we wanted to understand what is late coming, because it's a habit that is eating up every person and people are facing it. Then it's really, why is it problematic with the dangers of it, and another thing, what causes late coming. Then in the next video, we're going to talk about how can we solve that problem. So here we are determined at the legal stamp to explain it to you, the societal problems and how we can reduce them or solve them. But I use the Bible and the modern laws. My name is Elias, and let's see why is late coming problematic. Let's face the truth, because late coming or coming late or delaying has a cost. You miss out on opportunities, doors close, chances vanish, someone else takes the blessing that had your name written on it. So and so you had a name. You know, they say a blessing is like wind or air. You cannot prohibit it from entering. But when you come late at some point, you may find that your name, the blessing whose name was written on it, has passed to another person. Now, if you remember Esau in the book of Genesis chapter 27, verse 30 to 36, Esau, the brother of Jacob, he had gone to the field to address a certain animal to bring food for the father. Now we saw that when he reached late, then his blessing had already gone. Then his brother Jacob had already taken it. Now that is late coming. And also in the modern laws, if you delay filing your appeal, assuming the judgment was made, now it's time for appeal. Let's say you're supposed to appeal within 30 days, and you delay to make an appeal or to lodge that appeal, your case will be dismissed or you'll be barred. So that the law protects the vigilant, not the idle. Yes, those are some of the consequences. You can also, number two, you can late coming causes disappointment and loss of trust. So many people, the moment they understand that you have that element of coming on African time, it's called African time here in Africa, when you come late, many people are always late. When you come late, people will say, don't trust that guy, he will always reach minutes after minutes late. So I think we need to take let me teach you something here. Here I believe that keeping time should be paramount, or should be part and parcel of our life. Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. Early is on time is late, and late coming is unacceptable. Can we use that motto? Let's avoid these issues of better late than never. Someone said better never than late, because some opportunities they don't have to be late. There is a certain man, actually was he Abraham Lincoln? Maybe I'm forgetting, but one of the philosophers, he said that if you are scheduled for an event, you better be 3 hours early rather than 5 minutes late, because some things you need to settle. Sit there, don't panic. You fit in the situation. You don't have to be late, my friend. You know, so that's how you can make people get disappointed, or also you get disappointment as well. So people stop counting on you. Even God says in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1 that to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. So when you miss your time, you miss your purpose, because everything has it's appointed at a time. So you also face rejection and consequences. You can be locked out of your job or an interview. I remember last year in 2024, I was going to school at the center. We were supposed to enter at 8 a.m. So for me, I reached at 2 minutes past 8. When I reached the gate, they said, you cannot come here. You cannot enter here. You're late. Come back tomorrow. You are early for the next day. I felt disappointed, and the attendance it was contributing something to eligibility or to be considered to either to pass that class or that session. But the next day said, no, I will not come back late. So I learned a hard way. So that day did not study. Therefore, I missed the explanation in class. I missed that opportunity, because late coming, it can lead to consequences. This is what we're trying to remedy here. Also, you lawyers, when you got caught and maybe you're late or you have not produced the witnesses on time, there could be one for prosecution, then your matter is dismissed out of hand. Then you miss out, then justice is trampled, and people keep grumbling, murmuring, and complaining because you were not vigilant. Yes, and also there is a biblical reference when we remember the foolish virgins, who in Matthew chapter 25, if you remember, they arrived late, and at night they had gone to fill their oil in their lamps. Then they reached late, the door was already shut, then they were thrust out. Thereafter they missed that opportunity. Also, that Jesus talked about it. So that means being time conscious. It's also a biblical principle. If you remember in the book of Ephesians, that the Bible says that we should walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming time because the days are evil. We need to redeem time. Everything should be done on time. And another thing, you will find that another problem of late coming, you hinder your destiny. You hinder your destiny. Delay doesn't just waste time, rather it weakens a momentum. Even when you always keep late. Now let me give an example. Assuming you're always late at the job, you can receive a late pay, like you can receive a cut on the salary. You don't receive the amount, you don't get a pay raise, because you love to sleep, you love to waste time. Then you end up missing out, as the Bible says in the book of Proverbs chapter 6, that a little sleep, a little slumber, so shall poverty come like a thief from afar. Yes. So those are some of the opportunities or destinies. You may have a plan, you want to meet your needs, or you wanted to support someone with your income that you make. But if you're late, then it weakens your momentum. You don't go because it gives a bad impression to your boss or your employees. Also, even when you're going, let's say abroad, then you reach late and the plane is flying or the car is leaving. You don't reach on time, or you miss out on that day. You end up missing out on your destiny. So you also find that in principles of law, we have equity. Yes, the principles of equity. There's one of the maxims that says equity defeats, delay defeats equity. Delay defeats equity. So if you sleep on your right, the law won't wake you up. The law will not say, wake up, you're sleeping on your right, friend. It will not. Even the court of appeal can throw out your case, as I had earlier said, if you fail outside the allowed days. Because justice is for the vigilant, not for the indolent. So that maxim, they say delay defeats equity, and equity aids the vigilant, not the indolent. So you cannot stay always, you cannot delay. Then you find that maybe they will cover up for you, or they will wait for you. They will understand that you came late, or you failed out of time. We also have the limitation laws. Let me give an example. We have people who own land. If you have your estate, you have your land, and maybe you go up somewhere, or maybe you could even be around, and some guy starts staying on your land and challenging and questioning for 12 years. So the law says there will be a presumption of ownership, which we call adverse possession. Yes, adverse possession. That means that person will not be thrown away from that land on your land. Because you are very quiet, you are very silent. For 12 years, someone sitting on your land, and you don't claim or chase that person, or maybe inform the authority, then delay defeats equity. That person will be an owner immediately. So my beloved friend, delay is not just about time, it's about lost opportunities, a broken trust, missed blessings. Next time, remember, when you delay, life moves on. And sometimes it doesn't look back. Yes, there is a certain book here we have in Uganda. There's a company called Pick Fair. At the margin, I think you know that book, by like F4 books, Pick Fair books. There is a word that you may delay, but time will not. You may delay, but time will not. Time is always moving, it's always clicking, day and night, day and night, day and night. Yeah, so it doesn't look on, rather. Time keeps looking on, it doesn't look back. Yes, so join me in the next part or the next episode of this video. How can we solve the issue of late coming? You know that you have some things to do at home. You don't care who you are in your field. You can be late even if you're a border man. You can be late even if you're a pilot. You can be late even if you're a preacher in church. You can be late even if you're a lawyer. You can be late even if you're a teacher. Name your career, or an engineer, because we have natural law. When you don't fulfill a certain obligation, then the reverse or the outcome is also true. So no matter where you are, what you do, if you also don't plant as a farmer at the right season, then for you, when you're planting, let's say your crops, thinking that it will rain, forgetting that it is summer season, then things are not going to germinate, then you're going to get losses. Time is very important. Time is absolutely important. Until then, let us be early, be prepared, and be blessed so that you don't be locked out. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.